round 1. Here's the confirmation of the totes with correct weight. The first starter, number 5, Dakara, winning for Bart Cummings and Len Beasley. Number 12, Blue Deree, second. Number 14, Tristabella, third. The exotics on the race, 95.70 New South Wales, 109.90 Super Tab, 110.50 Queensland, while the trifecta's also pretty good. 5,359 New South Wales, 2,069 Super Tab, 4,856 in Queensland. That's race 1 at Canberra. Race 1 due in 3 minutes. Young Jack 11, Bob's Boy $5.50. Then down to number 4, Khan's Trick 10. Then number 5, Count Arch, $4.20. Number 9, OK Nero, is a $2.40 favourite and has come in from $7.90, but with a very small pool early. And the selections from David Steele. David Steele. Trying to send poor Tony Campbell to the trots. Anyway, David Steele likes number 2, Bob's Boy, number 9, OK Nero, and number 5, Count Atch. And the runners are on the track for the first at Canberra. Let's check some of the late mail for Narrabri. This race will be followed by the first at Sandown. Fancied runners, Normandy Road $6.60, Taylor's Bridge $4.80, then down to number 6, Seabiscuit $5, and number 10, Clear Springs $5.20. While the only other one under double figures is number 15, Planet Hollywood, $8.90. Selections as they score up at Canberra. John Russell likes 1 Normandy Road, 2 Taylor's Bridge, 6 Seabiscuit. And they're scoring up well now for this first at Canberra, where OK Nero is the tote favourite at $2.50. We join David Steele.
Mine, OK Nero. Khan's Trick, the first to get going. Contage has got out in a hurry today. He's going to take Khan's Trick on. Bob's Boy got away nicely. He gets to third. Then Brindley as Contage rolls to the front as they get to the first turn. Another Castle is away fairly. OK Nero. He's got a couple behind him. He's 20 metres off the front runner though. Dr. Bass is second last, and our little Scooter tails the field as Contage. A lap and a half out now. Got to the front pretty easily. And Peter Rixon backs off the speed now. Khan's Trick is second as they run inside the lap and a half mark. Third, Bob's Boy. He's on the inside. Brindley tagging him forward. Then another Castle. By golly, OK Nero. We must be 6 lengths away from the 5th last horse. Behind him, Dr. Bass, and our little Scooter is last of all as they get to the kilometre mark now. And Contage has had a good run in front. First section 30.9, and he shows the way as he heads up for the judge and the bell. 4 metres in front of Khan's Trick second. Third, Bob's Boy. Then Brindley, another Castle. OK Nero has got plenty of work to do. Going out wide there is Dr. Bass, and the last runner is another Scooter, bar 4 Young Jack, who's tailed off. They've got the bell now, racing to the back straight. Second quarter 31.4. And Contage shows the way. Over Khan's Trick, who's had a good run in behind the leader. Bob's Boys come off the inside to race 1 wide. Out 3 and 4 wide is Dr. Bass. OK Nero in the centre on the back of Bob's Boy. Behind them, Brindley, then another Castle, and our little Scooter. But about to leave the back straight behind them, and he's still got a good grip on Contage. Shows the way 1.5 metres in front. Bob's Boy is second. No way out for Khan's Trick. OK Nero about to peel out 3 deep. Behind them, another Castle and Brindley. Leaving the back in 30.3, and Contage still going OK, leads a metre. Given full bore is Bob's Boy, pull to the outside, OK Nero, looking for a run, Khan's Trick, and then Brindley, but will into the straight, and Contage, he's got 2 metres in front now of Khan's Trick and OK Nero, the favourite OK Nero coming out after Contage. OK Nero hits the front year home, and a good effort, first up for 18 months. OK Nero beats Contage, and third Bob's Boy. Then another Castle, Khan's Trick, Brindley. Our little Scooter from Dr. Bass, and a long last is Young Jack.
There's the placings at Canberra. Number 9, OK Nero, $2.20 Super Tab, $1.60 New South Wales. Number 5, Countach, $1.80. And number 2, Bob's Boy, $1.50. The placings on the first at Canberra. At Narromine, OK Nero, $2.21.20. Countach, $1.80, Bob's Boy, $1.50. The Quinellas, $4.70 Super Tab, $4 New South Wales. Skinny Trifecta, $16.90 Super Tab, $14 New South Wales. Bob Ferran getting ready for race.
Look what's happening there. on a very busy afternoon, and lots of action and interest here this afternoon on a Sunday afternoon, the first day of winter. 340 Jerry Meyer, 890 for the Queen of Camelot. Smooth Pandora's 340, 380 there for Cocky Sam, but 340 Smooth Pandora would be the favourite, equal with Jerry Meyer, and 380 for Cocky Sam. So there's three there, 340, 340 and 380. Dividends are through from Sandown, Clear Springs 580, 240, 770 Staking and Planet Hollywood 270, 10, 11, 15, 91, 90 Quinella and 12, 16. The trifecta for 10, 11 and 15. Narrow Mine dividends are through. Good Intentions 350, 160. Blues Pride $1.70. Likewise Zulieka 170, 490. Quinella trifecta 34.20. Horsham dividends are through. There's Orally 470, 160, 140, 160 for Janjalan. 340 Petite Jeunesse and 770 Quinella. 159.20. The trifecta for 12, 2 and 10. And I draw attention to you before we go to Canberra that Alan Thomas at the Sunshine Coast has drawn first blood. He's tipping a 540 winner. David Steele's at Canberra for us. Here we go.
Now they're moving up behind the gate here for race 2 at Canberra. Jerry Meyer, Cocky Sam, a couple of the tote favourites, and we're close to a jump. Light, often racing. And on the inside, Jerry Meyer, one of the best to get going from the first starter, Rough Lane. And Scott Osman looking for the lead aboard Rough Lane. And this debut runner takes over now from Jerry Meyer, who tucks in second for the trail. Caught a little bit deep on the track, Queen of Camelot. Smooth Pandora's got a reasonable run through. She's three back the inside of Nick a Trick, out very wide Cocky Sam. And Maguire keen to press forward on her. Supreme Low Bell, one of the last as they sort themselves out. They're in the straight now with more than a metric mile to run, and Rough Lane was the leader. Going quickly, Queen of Camelot, and Cocky Sam has come from near enough to last, and he'll take over. At the judge, Cocky Sam. Maguire takes him to the front in a lead time of 40.5. He goes clear now by a couple over Queen of Camelot, who got to second the inside of Pay the Bond. Then Rough Lane is going a little bit awkwardly back on the inside of Nick a Trick. Then Jerry Meyer, who's inside Supreme Low Bell, and a couple off last to the free-striding Smooth Pandora. That's the order. A lap and a half out now, and Cocky Sam, after a brilliant beginning from the second line, shows the way clear by a couple to Queen of Camelot. Facing the breeze, Pay the Bond, and Rough Lane. He's doing a better job now, three back the inside of Nick a Trick, who is covering Jerry Meyer. It's in a very awkward spot, Jerry Meyer, inside of Supreme Low Bell, and still Smooth Pandora can see them all as they reach the side of the track. A kilometre out now, 32.4 the quarter, and in front is Cocky Sam, heading up for the run to the judge and the bell. 900 out, he shows the way by 4 metres to Queen of Camelot. Rough Lane third, over Pay the Bond, and then Jerry Meyer, who's corralled inside of Nick a Trick. Supreme Low Bell is second to last, and 4 metres away Smooth Pandora. They come to the judge. Second quarter has been run in 32.2, and they're on their way home now. Cocky Sam still the front runner over Queen of Camelot, no change at all. Rough Lane third, the inside of Pay the Bond. He's on a loose rein. Behind them Jerry Meyer, still all bailed up. He's in urgent need of a run. Around him Nick a Trick. Supreme Low Bell about to take off. Smooth Pandora last, racing down the back though between the far turns, and Cocky Sam going freely in front. He's more than 2 in front of Queen of Camelot. Rough Lane, Pay the Bond, Nick a Trick out wide. Supreme Low Bell hasn't peeled from Jerry Meyer. Smooth Pandora's got a huge job to do as they leave the back straight. 30.8, and Cocky Sam doing it nicely. At the moment, Queen of Camelot's the only danger. Behind them, Rough Lane. Out very wide, Supreme Low Bell, and then Smooth Pandora. Jerry Meyer not in it, but around the corner. And Cocky Sam travelling like a winner. Has 6 metres in front of Queen of Camelot. Then Jerry Meyer and the late finishing Supreme Low Bell. Cocky Sam getting tired. Queen of Camelot is driving at it. Queen of Camelot doing better. And Queen of Camelot's got up to tip out Cocky Sam. Third, Jerry Meyer, and then Supreme Low Bell. Smooth Pandora never in it. Over Nick a Trick, Pay the Bond, and last is Rough Lane.
5, 10 and 1 there. Queen of Camelot 860, 290. Tipping out Cocky Sam 130. Jerry Meyer at 310. So 860 there. Nice if you can get it. Bit of a long shot winning the first, or the second I should say. Of course, at Canberra. There's some late riding changes at Canterbury today. We're racing in Sydney.
She's the grey by Forest Glow, trained by Ray Marshall at Mudgee. Spectacular zip.
5 minutes away there. Let's join David at Canberra for the National Trot Guide pace. Over 1,700 and 30 metres. Here he is.
Well, thanks a lot, Richard. Good to be with you on this fairly rare occasion for Canberra harness racing. We don't often get a Guernsey on Sky, usually 2 or 3 meetings a year, and we're very pleased to be able to present this Carlton Canberra Pacing Cup Day on Sky Television. Blue Ruhai is the raging hot favourite here at $1.40 on Super Tabs, which shows you just how dominant the Peter Walsh runner is. And they're about to move up here for the National Trot Guide Pace. They're coming along with Georgette, the first to come into line. Blue Ruhai drawn the centre of the field. Supreme Rena is bound for the Brian Hancock stables after today. Currently with Trevor Allenby, and they're close to a jump away. No, we've got a galloper, so it's a false start here at the first attempt of Canberra Race 3. Bad luck, but we've got a false start here with something going wrong in the centre of the field. The starters called it off, so unfortunately this will put us behind the 8 ball as far as the running of Race 3 at Canberra. We'll keep you posted.
Yes, that was awkward, very awkward there. One horse nearly buckling right over. I thought it was going to catapult, but luckily kept his feet and regained composure. Pretty rough start there for Race 3. In fact, it wasn't a start. It was, in fact, a false start. We'll go back for take 2 in a minute. Let's have a look at the...
They're on. They are moving up now, though, for the National Trot Guide Pace. Race 3, the second attempt. And once again, we've got one going roughly. It's Araluen once again going roughly, so this is very bad luck indeed. A further false start here at Canberra, and they're moving in at Sandown, so we've ruined our chance here with once again a false start at...
Well, they are moving in. We feel sorry for Canberra on show today, one of the 2 or 3 races they have on Sky. But unfortunately, the racing machine just moves on. Let's go to Johnny Russell. Donation 480. Let's go to Canberra, though, for their restart.
Down on the inside, Georgette away fairly. Look at Blue Ruhai. It has flown the gate, and Blue Ruhai straight to the front. Up to second, Pepsi Lane, and third, Georgette is going to camp behind the leader. Get Me One is off early in the race. Richwood Maple went roughly there. Araluen had to go wide to get round at Lavros Fella. Is third last over the Arapaho, and Supreme Rena tails out to last with a hot pot. Blue Ruhai went straight to the front now and has the mouth wide open. Leads the way by 5 metres to Get Me One. He's racing outside Georgette, who's tucked him behind the favourite. 1-1 is Pepsi Lane, although Shankster going forward in a hurry is out 3 wide and searching for the death. Lavros Fella is 3 back the inside. They're followed by the Arapaho. He's racing 1 out solo. Richwood Maple back to the inside. Supreme Rena is second last at the 1100 metre mark, and last of all is Araluen. On the side, 1,000 out, 33 and 1 the first section, and in front going beautifully is Blue Ruhai. Leads the meter the Shankster. Third now getting the 1-1 is Get Me One, and Georgette hard up on the leader's back. Lavros Fella is 3 back the inside of Pepsi Lane as the bell sounds in their ears. Richwood Maple is all buried away on the inside of further back the Arapaho. Second last Supreme Rena, and the last runner is Araluen. They've got the judge now, 31 and 8 the second section. There won't be an excuse for the favourite. Blue Ruhai now takes them to the back. This is the last lap. He's out by 2 metres to Shankster. Georgette's got nowhere to go. 1-1 is Get Me One, then Lavros Fella, Pepsi Lane. Richwood Maple back on the inside of the Arapaho, and then Araluen and also Supreme Rena, who's last as they get to the quarter pole now. And Blue Ruhai, Thurlow's got 3 grips on him, leads 1.5 metres to Shankster under pressure. He out wide making some ground is Pepsi Lane. In the centre, Get Me One, then Georgette. The Arapaho is riding home on the back of Pepsi Lane. Between them, Lavros Fella. Well back, Richwood Maple. Off the back in 30.7. And Blue Ruhai held together, going okay. Leads 1.5 metres to Get Me One, trying hard. Georgette can't get out. And further back, Pepsi Lane, and also the Arapaho in front is Blue Ruhai. He has to get desperate. Get Me One coming at it with Georgette in the centre. Blue Ruhai in front, flying. Get Me One, I reckon. Get Me One in the centre has beaten either Ruhai or Georgette. Further back, the Arapaho over Richwood Maple, Lavros Fella, Shankster. Further back is Supreme Rena, pulling up second last. Araluen, and Pepsi Lane is the last home.
Race 3, runners are moving in at Narromine for the third event of the day. TAB Update has number 3 Car Club favourite at $2.60 over One River Shamrock.
Dividends are through from Canberra. Number 6, Get Me One, paid $6.60 and $1.60. Georgette $2.50 and $1.30 for Blue Ruhai. That was the race that had 3 starts. 59.80 and 2.83 trifecta for 6, 1 and 4. And those horses will sleep well tonight. So will some of those horses at Narromine have just...
Day here at Canberra, Exhibition Park. And Del Ship down on the inside, one of the fancied ones. Jerry's Dream in the brown cap. All over Jerry in the white cap, the stablemates, as they come right in. Close to a jump, here's race 4. Is set, light, racing. And down on the inside, Del Ship came away quite quickly. Jerry's Dream safely away. Hancock searching for the leaderboard, Gidgee Star. Tapio Castle's got good speed, and so is All Over Jerry. Step outside, got away quickly. So did Hannadane from the second line, right up behind the leader. Trouble there. Brett Woodhouse has been tipped out about All Over Jerry. Also in trouble, Step Outside and Terry Cherry. So those 3 are out of it after a scrimmage on the first turn. And Gidgee Star now, a lap and a half out, shows the way. Gets around Del Ship to take the lead. Third is Jerry's Dream racing without cover, then Hannadane. Neggy missed the trouble. They're the main division. Catching up now, Tapio Castle and also Golden Tiff. And out of it are... well back Terry Cherry, Step Outside, and All Over Jerry, who came to grief on the corner. 1,000 out now, 31 the quarter, and showing the way in front, Gidgee Star. By a couple of metres to Jerry's Dream, the outside. 1-1 is Hannadane in a good spot over the early leader, Del Ship, and then Neggy, who's racing 3 back. The outside of Golden Tiff back to the inside, then Tapio Castle. Making up ground, Terry Cherry about to tack on, and distanced is Step Outside, right out of it, All Over Jerry. There's the bell ringing. And the second quarter, left behind in 32.9 now. Driver Brett Woodhouse is quite okay aboard All Over Jerry. And 7.50 from home in a Sire Stakes, Gidgee Star. Shows the way by a couple of metres to Jerry's Dream. Del Ship waiting for a run, and then Hannadane. She's in the 1-1 over Golden Tiff. Further back, Neggy. She hasn't gone. Next along is Terry Cherry, and it's outside Tapio Castle. As they race down the back straight now, and Gidgee Star's had a pretty good run. Jerry's Dream won't go away. Second, the outside, 3 metres away. Then Del Ship waiting on a run. Hannadane about to peel out 3 wide. Behind them, Golden Tiff as they really speed up. Neggy well back. Off the back in 31-2. And Hancock stalling Gidgee Star to a 2 metre lead. On the outside, Jerry's Dream sticking on. Del Ship can't get out. Wider out, Hannadane and Neggy starting to extend. In the straight though, Gidgee Star given full bore. 4 metres in front of Del Ship. Jerry's Dream and wider out, Neggy, but Gidgee Star's pinched the Sire Stakes. And an early big win for Hancock, winning at Gidgee Star. A couple of metres to getting up for second, Del Ship. Third, a photo, possibly Golden Tiff over Neggy, Hannadane, and then Jerry's Dream. Pulling up is Tapio Castle over Terry Cherry. And last of the main division, Step Outside, failing to complete the course.
Well, Gidgee Star, $5.93, Del Ship, $2.10. They're moving in well at Sandown for this 3-year-old race. It's over a mile. The favourite there is the toppy, Mr. Machiavelli. Let's go to John.
Excitement at the moment, not in the manner which we wish to heave now. Fred's on his feet and he's walking around. He's got his left boot off. So, fortunately, and we say that's good news, at least.
Canberra, let's go to David.
Set, blue light off. Down on the inside, Silver Dollar Girl hummed out quickly. Alongside of it, Clearview Casey away quite nicely, so is the Rope Slicer, and it's hard to find an early leader where Silver Dollar Girl on the inside, trying to keep out Safari Time, who's hustling across. Behind them, Waltz Gold away quickly from Kinsella Peter. Well back is Sweet Street and Symbols, and TAB eases out to last. Rider on the Storm is 4th to last. As they settle around the corner, with more than 2 to run, and showing the way now, Safari Time takes over from Silver Dollar Girl, who's off the inside to race at its wheel. Waltz Gold takes its spot now, the leader's back, and the Rope Splicer gets a good run in the 1-1. Clearview Casey is out 3 wide at the moment and stuck there on his back. Rider on the Storm. In the centre, Kinsella Peter, then Sweet Street in the running line. He has 2 behind him, Symbols and TAB. They get to the back now, a lap and 3/4 to run. And in front, it is Safari Time over Silver Dollar Girl. by G. Clearview Casey. He's just been stuck out 3 wide and he can't go any further. So Bwerkner aboard Rider on the Storm, switched out 4 deep, and he's going to have a crack for the front running. Soon after, Rider on the Storm. Bwerkner not mucking about, shoots Rider on the Storm 6 metres clear now of to second Safari Time, and still third is Silver Dollar Girl. The rope splicer in the running line outside of Waltz Gold. Clearview Casey, he's just been stuck 3 wide for most of the trip. In the centre, Kinsella Peter, then Sweet Street. Patiently driven third last over TAB, and Symbols can see them all as they run into the straight. For the bell, 30.9 the first quarter, and with that lightning move, Bwerkner now tries to back off aboard Rider on the Storm. Showing the way by 4 or 5 metres to Safari Time. Silver Dollar Girl out 2 wide, 3 wide again, Clearview Casey. By golly, he'll sleep well tonight on his back, Symbols. In the centre, held up the rope Spicer over Waltz Gold. Then TAB Kinsella Peter, and out to last 3 wide on the back of Symbols is Sweet Street. As they run into the back now, second quarter in 31.4, and Rider on the Storm going nicely. Bwerkner has a look around. He's got 5 metres to spare over Safari Time. Gone is Silver Dollar Girl, Waltz Gold to third. Wider out the rope splicer. Sweet Street starting to make a run. Behind them next is TAB, but they leave the back straight in 31.4, and Rider on the Storm doing it well. He leads by 4 metres to Safari Time. Waltz Gold getting out, running into the placings. Behind them Sweet Street, and then TAB, but turning for home. And Rider on the Storm under a little bit of pressure. Leads a couple of metres to Safari Time, TAB, and out wider Waltz Gold. Further back Sweet Street, who can't win, but in front Rider on the Storm. Coming at him strongly, Safari Time out wider, Waltz Gold. A 3-way go, Waltz Gold out wide. Grabs the lead near the shadows of the post, and Waltz Gold has got up to tip out Safari Time and Rider on the Storm. Fourth is TAB, then Sweet Street, Kinsella Peter. Over Symbols, Clearview Casey, Silver Dollar Girl, and the rope splicer, one of the last to finish.
And thank you very much here at Sandown, coming up to the Flying Halo Handicap. Gee, he was a great horse, Flying Halo. Won a lot of good races. In the 50s, he won the 52-53 Caulfield Stakes, the Underwood Stakes 2 years ago.
590, Safari Time 240, Rider on the Storm 110, 7, 5 and 10, Quinella 86.80, and the trifecta 7, 5 and 10, 18.58. Set Narromine for the PGA shape.
Ridden by John Walker's 1. 12 is second, Magic Cossack, Kenny Pope. 10 is third, Japati, Jason Piper, and 5 was fourth, and that was Crystal, ridden by Aaron Kennedy. The numbers read 1, 12 and 10.
Canberra, they're away there in the Ford Festiva Pace over 21.40 metres. There's the 1, 12 and 10 from the Sunshine Coast. Let's go to David in Canberra.
And down on the inside, Slick Signora has been beaten for early speed, and getting away quite quickly mid through Lorenzo, or actually in front of it, Lemerlin, the favourite, one of the best to jump. Now Rashida being driven for early speed today, which is a bit of a surprise. At the moment she leads by a metre to Lemerlin, and Hancock about to apply some pressure to Rashida. Slick Signora is third from Shady Face, then mid through Lorenzo around Sally's Lass, as the favourite's about to run to the lead, I think. Back to third last now is Pamwa, the inside of Gundary Silver, and Lady Lane has tailed them out to last. They're in the straight, more than 2 to run, and Lemerlin takes over. And Lemerlin the front runner as they race past the judge. 38.9 the lead time, so he used up just a little bit of gas to get to the front now. Rashida is trailing the leader, and so is Slick Signora third, trailing Rashida along. Mid through Lorenzo racing in the breeze, being tagged forward by Gundary Silver. Back to the inside, Shady Face being tagged up by Sally's Lass. Lady Lane second last, the outside, and last of all is Pamwa as they get to the lap and a half mark now. And Hancock's been able to back off the tempo here, jogging along comfortably with Lemerlin. Shows the way from Gundary Silver now, who's come from near last to race at the leader's wheel. This still gives Rashida a nice run behind the lead, and out very wide. Lady Lane's caught out on a limb in the centre, getting a good run now mid through Lorenzo. Shady Face is well back the outside of Slick Signora. She's been shuffled back to 3 back the inside, and the last pair, Sally's Lass, together with Pamwa. They're in the straight. They've got 900 to run. Did I say he backed off the tempo? 34.9 first quarter. And Lemerlin under a good hold, leads a couple of metres to Gundry Silver. Lady Lane's out there forever, 3 wide, mid through Lorenzo in the centre. Rashida still the leader's back, being trailed up by Slick Signora. Shady Face third last, the outside of Pamwa, and Sally's Lass is last of them. 30.2 the second quarter of the last mile, and still Lemerlin at $1.10 on the Super Tab shows the way. A couple of metres in front from Gundry Silver, who's done it tough. Lady Lane starting to give ground. Rashida behind the speed. Then mid through Lorenzo, Slick Signora, Shady Face in the centre, and well back Pamwa, Sally's Lass as they run off the back now. 29.5 and Lemerlin, the 3-year-old, given an inch of leather, got 5 metres quickly to Rashida, getting to second. Gundry Silver's under enormous pressure. So's mid through Lorenzo, Slick Signora and Shady Face, but heads are turned for home, and it's all Lemerlin at the moment. 4 metres in front of Rashida, who's pulled out to have a crack at him. Further back mid through Lorenzo and Gundry Silver, but Lemerlin giving Hancock a pretty easy drive. Rashida holding down second. Gundry Silver holding on to third, but a dream drive for Hancock on Lemerlin. Scores from Rashida, third Gundry Silver, then mid through Lorenzo. Shady Face made up some ground.
5, 3 and 10 there at Canberra race 6. Lemerlin $1.21, the favourite. 2.40 Rashida. 5.80 Gundry Silver. Okay, let's go back to Narrabine out west with Hilton Donaldson.
And welcome back to Narrabine. One of the promising young riders riding here today with 2 good chances coming up is none other than Brian Carter, and Brian joins us now. Brian, you're riding a horse called West.
2.70, 5, 3 and 10. It paid $32.70. Let's go.
And Nick Matt. And I'm just thinking it's not that long away to the wonderful Darwin Cup Carnival. And the weather certainly at that time of the year will be much better than what it is today at Sandown. Racing Canberra. And only one to move in here. Here's the last one. Nick Matt comes up. Party Pack the inside runner. Race 7. Stand by for a start.
Showing the way, our narrow leader, Admiral Corralda's racing out after it quickly, though, getting to third. It's Louis Tolliver, and behind them, Matthew Flinders. Well back, Rummer Drum and Diamond Blue Chip, but the cup field comes towards the corner, and still Fizzy's Adam. He shows the way. He kicks away 3 metres in front of Admiral Corralda, who's trying to lay down the law back to the inside. It is Marabar, but Fizzy's Adam in the cup. He's got them shot to pieces, and GV Frost wins another Canberra Cup. Fizzy's Adam scores over Marabar second. Admiral Corralda third, had his chance over Rummer Drum, Elite Rena. No luck for the mare. Love You Dear was next. Matthew Flinders. Company Lass never in it, nor was talk about Charles. Diamond Blue Chip last of the main division. Louis Tolliver tailed off, and Kentucky Anna, hold your tickets on him. He effectively took no part in the race.
1, 2 and 9 in the cup there. Canberra 1, 2 and 9. Fizzy's Adam 5.60 and 2.23. 3.50 Maramba or Marabar, and 2.60 for the Admiral Corralda. Let's join Hilton at Narrabine.
Thanks very much, Richard. We've got the runners moving in for the...
1, 2, 9. Let's go to Canberra, David, for the last there. The Arnold's Ribs and Pizza pace. It's over 2,140 metres. And I think David would agree it's been a pretty big day at Canberra. But you've got a couple more races to go. I'm sorry, I'm selling you short, David.
Yes, Richard, we've got 3 races to go before we wind up, and we'll probably run the last one under lights. And it has been a good day. Very unfortunate what happened in the Cup, of course, with the pre-post favourite Kentucky Anna having to be declared a non-starter, but success for the second time for Glenn Frost with his win aboard Fizzy's Adam. We've got the favourite here is number 4, so it's an open race, Gasnier at $5.30. And they are moving up for a start here now, race 8. This is the Arnold's Ribs and Pizza pace here at Canberra, the third last on Carlton Canberra Cup Day, and they're close to a jump away. There's the light, they're off now. Fine Irish quite slow to get going.